Welcome back to Glenn's Comic Corner Classic, Non-Classic, the episode number 1201, and Doubleshot number 1095. I have one DC trade, one Marvel trade. First up is DC. This is The Green Lantern, Volume 2, The Day the Stars Fall. I forgot to mention in the last volume that Adam Strange himself showed up in the book. And this book, I kind of forgot this happened because it's been a while since I read the issues. But the very first story has a guest appearance by Green Arrow. Yep. And they made an Ulta version called the Zen Green Arrow, which I'm not all that familiar with him. Yeah, that's one of the stories in here. And he, believe it or not, basically his appearance is, well, how should I put this? It's quite interesting, his appearance. Though for some reason the Liam Sharp draws Oliver Queen to be almost like the way Neil Adams used to draw him. Yeah, I don't know if Liam Sharp basically took inspiration from Neil Adams, but yeah. Now, the guy they run into is this guy here. This is Zen Arrow. Yeah, who is this guy? Well, he's just an alternate Green Arrow. When they show his full body, yeah, let me show off his full body here, because it's quite interesting what he looks like. Yeah, this is what he looks like. Yeah, that's a Zen Green Arrow, which, I'm like, that house looks very familiar. It looks like, oh, I kid you not. This is pretty much this is like the old Neil Adams costume. Yeah, this I thought was so cool. The fact that they referenced Neil Adams here. Because why not? Yep. And then the very next, of course, you have a guest appearance by Sinestro. And then the very next arc is basically Green Arrow meets up with several different alternate Green Lanterns. Yes, several alternate ones, including, yes, the story, what if Batman got the powers of Green Lantern? Yeah, that Elseworld story. Along with, yeah, those of you curious about this woman with the lantern, this Chinese woman, yeah, that's the Green Lantern from Tangent Comics. Yeah, she shows up in here. And it's so cool the fact we have a storyline where he teams up with several different alternate versions of the main Green Lantern. And yes, Kara Ferris is in here as well. There's a little bit of the Star Sapphire here. Kara plays a small role in here, but it's great they throw her in because why not? There's no mention of their relationship, surprisingly. Nope. Now, I forgot to mention this is all still Grant Morrison. And this kind of wraps up the first volume of Green Lantern. Well, The Green Lantern. That's what they call it. And it's just a great set of issues. I give this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Damn good book. Though, sadly, the book would briefly be replaced by a 3-issue miniseries called Green Lantern Black Stars, which the last issue led right into that. Which surprisingly has not in trade yet, for some reason. Yes, Season 2 is being in trade. Yeah, they will launch this as The Green Lantern Season 2. Still with the same creative team, Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp. I like what Grant Morrison is doing in the book. It's so interesting. I did recommend basically for fans of the old school Green Lantern stuff, which I think is so cool. Surprisingly, there's no appearance by Simon Baz, Jessica Cruz in here. Yeah, of course, Jessica Cruz is over in, well, just like Odyssey as Simon Baz. No idea what he's up to. Because the thing is, he has not made appearances since his own ongoing series ended. Since the Green Lantern series ended back in 2018. So it's been 2 years since his last appearance. Yeah. Alright, next up it is Avengers Fear Itself. This collects Avengers Volume 4, issues 13 to 17, and New Avengers Volume 2, issues 14 to 16. All issues written by Brian Michael Bendis. Yeah, there's about 3 different artists in here. Now, issues 13 15 of Avengers Volume 4 is drawn by Chris Bachalo. 14, 16, 17, John Romita Jr. All New Avengers issues done by Mike Deodato. Yep, it's the Fear Itself tie-in, where it pretty much what the Avengers were up to in their own book afterward, while during the events of Fear Itself. And the biggest thing that happens in these issues is something that happens in the main book. When the Thing, who becomes possessed by, well, one of the Hammers, and what does he do? He throws the Red Hulk to Avengers Tower, and then he drops the tower right on top of the Red Hulk, basically destroying the tower. And it's gone for like a year before it gets rebuilt in Avengers Assemble. Yeah, and mostly you have characters just simply with us, like Mockingbird with us in New Avengers. Heck, even Daredevil himself, which they even have a fun thing for what happens in here. We have the Avengers versus a bunch of Nazi robots, which I thought was so cool. The fact that the Avengers versus Nazi robots, which is awesome. Heck, they even have Daredevil defending the Avengers Mansion along. He basically protects the Avengers Mansion. He also protects, well, Danielle Cage, the daughter of Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Squirrel Girl, who's her nanny. Yes, Squirrel Girl is a nanny, though currently she is, and she's no longer a nanny. Unknown how she lost her job, but she's no longer a nanny, probably because they let her go. And as a thank you for protecting their daughter, he's offered membership in the New Avengers. He's like, I can't. Cap and I don't disagree with each other. And he's like, this is a Cap's team. This is not Cap's Avengers. This is my Avengers, and you're in. Yep. The reason why they don't get along, Shadowland. That's the reason why. Mm-hmm. Yep. They also have this thing about this whole book where it's a lot of like headshots, doing like interviews of like all the characters. They even have one just after we have Matt Murdock join the New Avengers, which that was so awesome. The fact that he had to do that. Yep. And good book. I love it. It's fantastic. Now, you could say it's better than the main series. I still haven't reviewed the main series yet. And since I have this book here, these are all the books. Now, these books I have reviewed from Fear itself. I have reviewed, let's see, I have reviewed Secret Avengers, Uncanny X-Men, Spider-Man, this book, and Uncanny X-Men. That's it. Oh yeah, I also did review Black Panther, Remember Fear itself. Yeah, I did review that too. But yeah, good book. Give this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, it's mostly like just some in-between stuff for Fear itself, but it's still good stuff when it comes to the book. Is it basically like Secret Avengers, where it's a series of standalone stories? Well, New Avengers, it's a mini arc in the series where it's just basically a 3-part focus on Squirrel Girl. In the case of Avengers, it's somewhat self-contained stories, but not really. But at least it's more than 3 issues. Yeah, this is like freaking 5. Yep. And thanks to viewing this, I have, for Avengers, 2 trades left. For New Avengers, well, I have another one coming up in the next review. Once I review this one, I'll be down to 4 books left for that. Yep. But not much to say about the 2 trades. Both good. Can't wait to discuss next ones, which I'm reading one right now, and the other one I'll read probably a little bit later. The other one, and they both feature, well, Iron Fist. I will discuss more about that in the next Comic Corner. Okay, so that's it for this particular review. My next review on the newest episode of ReZero. Okay, see you next video. Bye.